as other companies do here, EnergyPrint, we make it very simple to find, track, and prove energy savings in buildings. And we use Urjanet as a strategic partner to help us with our data acquisition so that we can help our customers with the insight that they need in their buildings. And is this my little clicker here? There we go. So we do 4 things for our customers. We help them collect utility data so that they can have that valid data. We provide a software application if they need it. A lot of our customers have an application, so we help them generate the data that they need. We have a great service team. How many of you guys know how difficult it is to gather the information you need to actually benchmark a building, right? It's not easy. There's a lot of legwork. The facility manager doesn't have the invoices. Accounting person might have the invoices, but they can't sign the letter of authorization, and all of those things have to be chased down. So we have a support team that really helps with that process. And ultimately, we provide our insight in a powered by kind of forum. So typically, you would not see EnergyPrint in the marketplace, but you would see somebody else's application or somebody else's insights powered by EnergyPrint. And that's because our primary, and 50% of our data today is coming from Urjanet, and we're looking to increase that a lot over the next couple of years. So the reason we power solutions is really to help contractors. Our primary market audience is mechanical contractors and specialty automation companies who need to assess and prioritize opportunities, and ultimately they want to cost justify and be a trusted advisor to their customers. Not just be pitching them work, but actually proposing solutions and being with them in the life cycle of their building. And so they need that utility data, and their engineering time is really expensive. And so they look to companies like us to help them in this process so that they can answer those questions, they can gain insight, take action, and prove results. And do all of that without having to have their own labor pool involved. The way we use Urjanet is really to help us with efficiency. They've helped us make our business more scalable, a lot more efficient. We've actually increased the efficiency of our data entry. The data we get from Urjanet comes in 150% faster than what we used to be able to do data on a manual basis. And I'll just point out, if you guys want to know more about us or hear more about our stories of how we help contractors, Ben Herkenhoff, is our product manager. That's his quote up there on the screen. And then Stacy Kuzner is our marketing manager. She's with me today. And we'll be around all day and this evening. Would love to chat with you guys about what you guys are doing in the industry, and also anything that we can share from an insight perspective. And I think that that's it. Oh, there's our benefits. Reduce manual bill entry by over 50%. Awesome. That's it. I'll end with that. Thank you.
All right, next up is Paul Kelly. Paul Kelly runs information services at AvidXchange. Here you go, Paul.
Thanks, Eric. I need my glasses to see which button to push.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. Forward. Right there.
Okay, great. Good afternoon. We can go to the next slide here. There we go. So AvidXchange, a little bit different company than perhaps a lot of you folks here, in that we're really a kind of a fully automated, complete AP automation solution from invoice receipt to payment. 15 years in the business, and I guess where AvidXchange entered the energy business would be in 2010, when the company acquired a small company called EnergySolve. I was one of the leaders of the EnergySolve company, and we've delivered now the utility processing and payment solution for AvidXchange under the Avid Utility brand since that time. Right now we have over 5,200 customers, 250,000 vendors in our network, payment network, both providing invoices and in our payment network. We pride ourselves in our customer retention, 98% customer retention, and over 400 plus employees. We've grown exponentially over the last several years, particularly because of our payments business. That growth has expanded not only in our headquarters in Charlotte, North Carolina, but also we've offices in Utah, Houston, Texas, and I'm based out of our New Jersey office where we run the utility business. way does this go? Again, proud of a number of awards that we've earned over the years, but probably the most proud of the one up in the upper right-hand corner for 6 years in a row. We're very cognizant of our culture, and we've been nominated and have won and been on the best places to work in Charlotte for 6 years in a row, and that's really due to all of our employees and the culture that we have at AvidXchange. Recently in September, some really exciting news for the company and our growth. We announced a $225 million capital raise, and that's going to really boost the business over the next couple of years. Simultaneous with that, we announced at our groundbreaking of a new 200,000 square foot building in the North Carolina Music Factory section of Charlotte, the first of a multi-building complex that will really bring the technology industry and grow the technology industry in Charlotte. Some key benefits to our service, again, beyond utility invoices, all invoices, 100% payment automation. We're looking for every vendor, every invoice, every payment. 24/7 visibility to every payment status, and we can reduce customer costs over 60%. So very simply, how does the process work? It takes a very manual process, and this is kind of a depiction of life before an invoice, what has to happen to an invoice, again, regardless of type, and all the things that have to happen on a manual basis. And where AvidXchange comes into play is eliminating all of those manual steps. So basically, as a customer of a general invoice payable, you approve and process it through your accounting system. On the utility invoice side, we've been, well, last year we were here as a prospect of Urjanet, and happy to say we're a customer this year, and are focused, probably by the end of the year, we'll have 50% of our Avid utility volume running through the Urjanet platform, with aspirations to go much higher than that over the next few years. So appreciate an opportunity to say hello to everybody and give you a little overview of AvidXchange. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. Okay, next, Mike Fraser, who's the VP of Sustainability at Schneider Electric. Okay, just press that button right there. All right.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's great to be here, and thanks for letting us have the opportunity, Eric, to speak for a few minutes and tell you guys a little bit about what it is we do. Schneider Electric is probably one of the least known big companies here in the U.S. We're about 180,000 employees worldwide, and about a $30 billion plus revenue company. So big company based out of Europe, actually publicly traded on the Paris Stock Exchange. But where we've gotten involved with Urjanet actually predates the acquisition by Schneider with Summit Energy Services, which many of you may know that name, maybe even better than Schneider Electric here in the States. But the cool thing that happened once Schneider made the acquisition about 4.5 years ago is they built on what Summit Energy had provided, and ultimately built that out to create the Energy and Sustainability Services division within a new global solutions group. And again, Urjanet's a key part of that as we build on our core data and what it is we do. So very quickly, we recognize these kinds of challenges are what our clients are facing today. The ability to develop in a sustainable way to deal with energy cost volatility, trying to lock in and secure future state and hedge appropriately, data explosion. We got a ton of data. What the heck do you do with it? How do you do it in the right sort of way? And then beyond that, how do you deal with the opportunities as well as the challenges of distributed energy? So with that, we basically have got this foundation established by Summit and then built out on a global platform to create this organization. So we now have about 6,000 global clients, great clients, brand name clients that we really cherish, that are using data, but they're also using our team and our talent in a way that we think really differentiates what we do. We manage these sites for them really as an outsourced element of what they do. And we have our own buildings that are ISO certified, the first one actually globally. What we do is ultimately kind of, as the French would say, we drink our own champagne. We're probably one of our better clients, including things not only, again, doing the data, but doing something with the data. A good example of that would be with CDP. So we use our CDP data within our own system, Resource Advisor platform, and just announced a couple of days ago, Schneider Electric just received a 100 score for the CDP and an A rating. And something that we, again, leverage on behalf of our clients is we do CDP consulting, GRI consulting for our clients as well. That's the Carbon Disclosure Project for those that don't work with that. But that expertise is something that we leverage across the team. We've got energy, which everybody expects, but also, again, my group is strong around sustainability, which means waste, it means water, it means things that are important to our clients. We manage over 600 metrics in that Resource Advisor platform to which the data comes in. And that data comes in from Urjanet, but it comes in also by our users, by direct feeds, and other means as well. So that ability to put that data into actionable terms is really what it's all about. Data means nothing if you can't do something with it. And it is amazing that last stat up there, that 86% still, and we found that validated, global firms, big brands, are using Excel spreadsheets to trade data to ultimately build out their global CDP reports, voluntary or mandatory reporting, basically have their brand at stake based on where they stand with regard to that data. So it's key, and there's need, and there's urgency, and there's pain associated with that. And in essence, what we do is try to ease that pain with our platform. So we've got Resource Advisor. It takes that data in from a lot of different sources. We now actually have over 600 different attributes in there. When you've got an AEG who's interested in managing facilities globally and they want to see how much recycled content, or strange things like what's the actual flow through a waterless urinal. Those are key data points that it's hard to get through the utility feed, although you guys probably will get there at some point. But that's what we use the platform to do. And we use our people to assist our clients as well. And it's really, truly using that as a key solution to be able to provide the information for things that our clients really need. And our sustainability team, which is led by John Hoekstra on the operations side, is again using that data. We've got an emissions factors library that is the biggest that's out there, and the ability to again use that to help proactively address opportunities and drive a company to a more sustainable platform, or to mitigate risk and try to avoid challenges that they really don't know exist, is a big part of what we do. And we help our clients get there using that data. Great clients, great brands. We're honored to be there. We're honored to be a partner with Urjanet. They've been a key provider back to the summit days and continue to grow in ways that we hadn't anticipated really even a couple of years ago. So we appreciate that. Thanks for the opportunity, Eric, and I'll give it back to you.
Thank you so much. Okay, up next is Efrain Quiros. He's the VP of Partnerships and Operations at CR360. Thanks so much, Efrain. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Efrain Quiros with CR360. We are a software provider of sustainability management software. Bit amalgamous, but I'll get into that just a bit really quickly. In a nutshell, who we are, we're specialists in sustainability and EHS. Two aspects to that. One being that we only do sustainability and EHS software. We're 100% dedicated to that. We don't dabble in financial software or HR software. Our entire business is around that. As well, we are sustainability and EHS specialists personally. So we're all from the field. We have ISO auditors, ex-carbon consultants, compliance officers, EHS managers. Not saying that we do any services, because we're not a services company. We are a software company. That just means that we understand in the way we deploy our software, the data needs technologically as well as contextually, which really from a nuanced field and specialism like energy management, sustainability management, we find is actually very important. We're not a startup, so we've been around for over 12 years actually, and we're financially and technologically independent, which really means that we're genuinely client-led. Our clients are our biggest stakeholder, if not our overwhelming only stakeholder. We are the leader in sustainability reporting, so we're the only ones that actually work with all of the top line there. I won't get into all those in detail, but also more importantly is we work with Urjanet to automate all of our a lot of our clients' utility data feeds. Who we are and where we work with global organizations all around the world. We have our main office in Cambridge in the UK, as well as Chicago here in the US, and a couple people in the Pacific region, so that we can service all of the different time zones where our clients operate. I apologize ahead for this one. For the shameless logo drop, I promise it's not meant to be about that. It's more just to kind of give you a perspective of the types of industries we work in. We're not dedicated to any specific industry. We work with everything from extractives through to the professional services, as well as we deploy at the global headquarters level. So we're working with all of these companies in kind of a centralized platform to help them collate all their information from thousands of sites around the world. So what do we actually do? Well, our software platform is a single integrated platform, which really is applied for 4 different kind of areas that we define as EHS and compliance, supply chain, energy and carbon, or sustainability management. Sounds counterintuitive coming from me, but our advice is don't try to do everything all at once and don't try to overwhelm yourselves. Should actually do the solution and address the issue that you're trying to address and grow as your program grows. That's probably the more practical way of going about it. But what does our product actually do? In context here, I think David mentioned it earlier from Verdantix, and that software or services, or both, is an ecosystem. I like to think of it like a bow tie, where you have all of the data sources. They might come from databases, online, or manual data entry on online forms. It might come from the Energy Star platform, directly from meters, or you might be importing data. But the point is to be able to get all of that data, acquire it in any method, any form that it exists, and get into a core of information. Once you have it in that core of information, in an organized, structured way that you can define, you can then apply that information. So it really is about taking data, turning it into information that can then be applied for reporting, strategy, comms, compliance, different specific things. And again, being able to drive insights from that information, whether it be kind of looking at property profiles, see where you're winning, where you're losing, or even drilling down even further kind of into specific KPIs, metrics, and really kind of do some benchmarking and performance management. So really quickly, that's us in a nutshell. I'm not trying to stand between everybody and lunch, so yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Happy.
All right, and then Nick Hayes, who's the commercial director for Waterscan.
I had just got one slide, so sorry, there's no slides to follow today. I'll just give you a brief background on Waterscan. We started 21 years ago and decided very early on that we were going to focus just in water. I joined the business in 1999 when the managing director, Neil Pendle, came to me and said, I need some help. What do you know about water? I said, well, drink it occasionally, swim in it, shower in it. And he said, perfect, you're the man for the job. I think what got me across the line is Neil and I had been friends for about 20 years up to that point. But 3 months later, we picked up our first contract with British Telecom in the UK. And it was a trial, and we looked at a very small portion of their portfolio. And we had 3 months to try and prove a case. At the end of that 3 months, I think they weren't expecting anything. We came back with a 67% reduction in their water usage, which is great, because 6 months later, they came to us and said, there you go, guys, that's the whole of the UK, you're responsible for water. 2 guys, 2 cars, and a lot of notepads. At that point, I think we decided we needed a bigger boat, and we were in trouble. So we started to recruit. But what became apparent, and it follows the message that's been resounding out today, is data was key. And it was at that point we decided to build our own portal, because we wanted to understand 3 core things about our customer properties, and that was what's actually happening on the ground, what are they being billed, and what is their AMR data? So what's their live data? What are they really doing? And by building the portal, it allowed us to look at our customers' portfolio of properties and see where they were using their water, set their benchmarks, understand what their water footprint was. So the business started to grow as of 2002 when we built the portal. By 2008, we were up to about 16 people. At that point, customer requests for further information, more understanding of their water usage. Water in the UK was becoming a topic. And it was at that point that we decided we needed investment. So we went out and found a good partner business to share with us. And the business has grown massively since then. So we work with the likes of Asda, Sainsbury's, Tesco's. Royal Mail, BT in the UK, big multi-site customers. But it came back again to understanding the data. Now we take all that data, we put it into our portal on a daily basis, and we produce management information for our customers. But that is the challenge. To give you an idea of the water industry in the UK, there are 26 water supply waste companies, all of which bill for their water in a different fashion. And we've all experienced it. You know, utility billing is a mystery to most people. So we try and turn that into intelligent data. The problem being is it's a manual process. And about a year ago, Tim gave me a call and said, we understand you capture a lot of billing data. And I said, yes. And he said, how do you handle it? I said, well, I've got an excellent team. Lots of young people, they can put bills in seconds. Then they analyze it, then they tell the customer what the opportunity is. He said, well, how would it work for you if I could take all that data, give it to you in one format, and stick it straight into your system? Okay, he picked me up off the floor about 5 minutes later, and we've never looked back since. We're still in development phase because there's a lot of change going on in the water market in the UK. But it has driven us to think about new possibilities, new options for our customers, and how we might focus Waterscan towards the customer in the coming future. There is change coming to the water industry in the UK. In 2017, the market opens up. So we now move from these water companies that are monopolies at the moment, not very good at handling their customers, to an open market. Now, we understand and have done for about 10 years how each of them bill, how they share their data. What they don't understand how their own billing goes, let alone what their competitors are doing. So it's going to be an interesting and challenging 18 months. Just to put in perspective what we do for our customer and what we have achieved over the last 10 years, there is this year, as between 2010 and 2015, we've recovered over £20 million worth of water excess usage or billing for our customers in the UK. And that is growing year on year as we move forward. So thank you again. So enjoy, and I look forward to working with you further.
Okay, Robb Stanek with Powerhouse Dynamics.
Literally the last person between you and lunch. How's that? I'd like to thank Urjanet for sponsoring the sun today. We really appreciate that. So Powerhouse Dynamics, we're basically a software company, software as a service. We specialize in helping business owners with multiple facilities measure, analyze, and manage down their energy and repair and maintenance costs. The platform's delivered via the cloud, no surprise there. I think what sets us apart from others is it's very intuitive. We have a mobile-first strategy, so you can do pretty much anything you need to on a mobile device, including your phone. That's really important for a lot of our customers on their facility side. And we're really, SiteSage, our platform, is really ideal for small box retail, QSRs, restaurants. We make a big business in multi-unit housing, cell towers, data centers, any place where you've got just multiple smaller type facilities that you need some help with. So Eric, hopefully I got this. There we go. I would just share that we currently are in some customers that we use. We're in over 900 of corporate Arby's stores. We just rolled out with our partners at Acova with Ann Taylor stores nationwide. We do work with some folks locally like Racetrack, Chick-fil-A. Texas Roadhouse is also a very big growing customer base for us. So lots of other brands in there, but I just thought I'd share a few. Ultimate goal is to save money. So we generally see about a 10 to 20% reduction in energy cost savings for our clients. Some examples might be, I think Texas Roadhouse documented savings anywhere from $6,500 to almost $10,000 per restaurant that are using our platform. That's a pretty big chunk for them. We also, with Ann Taylor, was another nice surprise. They also already had programmable thermostats and mechanical timers for lighting. Using our platform, they were actually able to reduce their energy cost another 18%. So that's a pretty big chunk. We're very excited about our partnership with Urjanet. We do import our bills directly into our platform for our clients' convenience, and we do appreciate that. Another area we're growing in is IoT. We have a lot of sensors that we can do. We're integrating with a lot of equipment manufacturers. The latest ovens for Arby's are being shipped with our sensors directly embedded in the oven, and so that's helping them on the food safety HACCP reporting side. We're working with some major manufacturers like Rheem and Lennox, Ketatherm, just a lot of things, and we have a very open API-type platform that can allow you to integrate with our data in a set. So again, it really does come down to the data. And I just appreciate the opportunity to be here, opportunity to share, and I hope everybody has a great lunch because now you can eat.